Hey YouTube, this is Foxshot5402 giving you a review on the Xbox One, right here. I got it on January 4th, I believe. It's really fun. I love it. It's a great console. I will admit I've had one problem with it so far, and I will get to that later when I get to the cons. But for now, I'm just going to say, don't give me any. This is like I'm judging this on what it has gotten from the community of flack and such, and like things that people think are good and what I think are bad, and so on and so forth. So right before I got the console, I was like, yes, I'm so ready for this. My parents said I can get it. They were going to get it for me. They basically promised it, and I was super psyched and I was super happy. I got into the car, and my mom showed me, and I had the box in my lap the entire time. I was so excited. I opened it up, and I was even just happier. I finally got to open it, and I had the next generation of consoles in my hands. Now, if you really want to think about it, it's the current generation now. But there are some things I want to talk about. First off, the design. It looks like a fucking VCR. If you look at it, it's a very nice, sleek console. I will admit I like PS4's console design better, but it's a console. It's not supposed to look cool. It should look cool, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that can give me the needs I want. So so far it meets it. I like it a lot. It looks like a VCR, but it's a fine VCR. Compared to my Xbox, it's a lot less round and a lot more square, as you can see, and as you can also see, it's a little bigger. It's taller than it. It's a little wider, and um, a little longer in length. One good thing about it is that it does have a built-in hard drive. That's also a con, because you cannot replace the hard drive. It has a 500 gigabyte hard drive, and that's it. You can't replace it. The only thing you can do is add more, which is kind of a problem because if you're playing your game and your controller dies and you want to charge it, there's only one USB port in the front and two in the back. Two in the back, yes, but I'd rather have two in the front, maybe three in the front, and have one in the back. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know what I would plug in back there. That would be that. If anything, I'd plug in like what I plan on getting is another 500 gigabyte external hard drive, but I have to wait for that patch to come out. So those are the two consoles compared to each other. I like how it has a built-in hard drive instead of a removable one. In some extent, like I'd rather have a let me rephrase that. I'd rather have a removable hard drive, but for it to be in the console. I don't like how my hard drive on my 360 is right here. I'd rather be it like the Slim. You have to open up compartments to get to it. It's a lot safer, and it helps. It makes me feel safer that my data is not going to get all fucked up. Um, I do not have a 360 chat headset. All of them I do have are broken in half, most likely, but this is the one I got with the 360. It has a little swivel, not much. It doesn't go all the way around. It has a little swivel. The mic can go either way, whatever fits your needs best, being on this side or that side, whatever. The sliding, I really like that. I like the new sliding. I do not like how this is a full, like, plastic thing. I can't bend it. It's not bendy. It's right there, and I can't put it closer to my face, and I can't put it away. I can only put it up. And I don't like putting it up because then I'm trying to talk to my friends. They can't hear me. I'm like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, it's up there. I like it when it's over there because then they still can't hear me, but I can still see it on the corner of my eyes. I can't see it here. It's a pretty cool headset. What one con from it is that, and then also the puck. They brought the hockey puck back. Um, Has a quite large button for the mute your mic, and then there's buttons to increase and decrease. I wish they did what they did with the 360, the newer chat headset, where they put a little thing here. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it was a little box, and there's a switch and then a scroll for the volume. I'm sorry, I just brain fart. So yeah, I'd rather they did that than they did the other. It has the Xbox brand name on the side, you know, the ordinary. Now, time for like cords and such. As you can see on the Xbox One, they have the ports. They have the power cord port, the HDMI port, SPDIF, optical audio, you know. What's it called? This is the Connect. This is infrared, and then this is an Ethernet port in case you want to do wired connection instead of wireless. And then the Kensington lock. So as you can see, there is no AV port. There is no way to play this on an AV TV. And because of that, my parents, I had to have my TV downstairs in the living room, so my parents went out and bought me a new 32-inch TV that is over there. I would have rather they had, I'm sorry, I would have rather they had a like they would have let us use AV and such, but I can work with it. I gotta do TV out of it. It was really, really nice of them, and I really thank them, and, you know, such like that. This is the new power brick. We're in the 6th generation of gaming, and they still have a brick. So, it doesn't get hot, and I have it back in my desk, like, in the back, and it's covered. Not covered in stuff, but, like, it's, like, it's the only airway is up. That's it. And so, it doesn't get hot at all. It gets warm sometimes, but not really. This one, the 360 block, gets a lot hotter. Now, as you can see, they're just about equal in thickness and length and everything. You know, they are basically identical, other than this one's more round and this one's more square. The Xbox One's more square. It has the little light here. It's a little line, though. This one is a dot. That's the light. This one seems like it doesn't have as many vents, but that's where they trick you, because if you look at it, they have the exact same vent areas. The exact same. So they basically took the 360 power brick, squared it, and changed the light, and that is it. They literally used the same cord that plugs into the outlet cord. So if you lose your Xbox One outlet cord, you can use your 360s. And then I don't know for sure. I don't have a Slim, but I think this is the Slim power cord for the Xbox 360 as well. I have an Elite, so I have this one. This one's a lot different, as you can see. This one's a lot thinner. It's a lot more compact. But basically, they took the exact same thing. This one looks like these are vents, but they're really not. If you look closely, they're just little lines. But whereas right here, these two, and then those two at the way ends, the last two ones at the ends, those are actual vents. And that's the exact same spot, same everything on the 360. And then there's a vent here, and there's a vent there. There's a vent here, and there's a vent there. So it's most of this, it looks like they're vents, but they're really not. They're just for show. And what's really vents are actually real vents on here. Continuing on, now we're going to compare controllers. Sorry, I do not have a normal 360 controller, so I'm going to have to use my Modern Warfare 3 controller I got for Christmas one year. Sorry, I had a nose itch. So they fixed the D-pad on the 360 controller when they made the switchable D-pad. But before it used to be like this, and it's, I can't, people ask me why I love this controller and I hate Call of Duty, this D-pad does it all. This D-pad is so nice, and they really improved on the On the 360s when they created this one. So when it was like this, I could not play. I mean, like I had to get used to it. But when they made these and I switched it, I was like, oh, whoa, never going to back, never going back. But continuing on, they don't have full colored buttons. Now it's just the individual letters. They have the start and back on the 360. Now it's neither. They're not called start and back. These are like menu selection kind of things. I'm not quite sure. Um, the battery pack is embedded inside. It's not bulking out like on the 360. So obviously it's going to be thinner. The 360 grips are smooth. They're really nice. I like the analog sticks on the 360. I can really work with them. But, oh Jesus. The Xbox Ones are fantastic. If you look close enough, which you won't be able to see, there are little tiny, tiny, tiny bumps. Like if you were, it's ridiculous how small they are and how good they feel. It feels really nice. The analog sticks are just phenomenal. The D-pad's phenomenal. The button response is great. Triggers are fine. This little curve, like the 360, it kind of has a curve, but these ones are a little more curved, as you can see. They actually like go up, and they have rumble triggers, so that when you like, it's not in Battlefield, which I play the most, but in Dead Rising 3, when you're shooting a gun and you get low on ammo, you start to feel the rumble triggers, and you feel them, and you're like, whoa, that's fucking cool. That is really cool. So there's that. They have the IR things for when you turn on your controller and you're not on your console, so you have to push that to connect to the new console. They have the new ones have these D-pads. I will admit the D-pads, a lot of people have been giving them flack for the D-pads. I don't mind them. They're not that different. Transitioning from trigger to D-pad isn't that bad. Obviously, they're a little better on the 360, but they're good enough on the Xbox One. The middle X button has been moved up, but it doesn't look too different because, as you can see, everything's a lot more compact and it's actually not taller. It might be by a little, but not much at all. So if you really think about it, it's not like they moved it too much, and it's not a quick it's a quick transition. It's not too long to quickly switch. The headset, when you plug it in, it plugs in fine. You have to like plug it in and all that. My only thing is pulling it out. You have to like pull it out with force, and I'm kind of scared that I'd break it if I did that. The charger ports are different, so you can't reuse your charger ports, unfortunately. So the Xbox is going to be scamming some more money out of you. But I do think that the charger port is a micro USB, a mini USB port, so you wouldn't have to worry. A lot of people were complaining that they don't have a built-in battery, like it's removable and everything. And people are complaining that you have to put in your own batteries, which I don't really mind because um if you're playing on a PS3 or a PS4 and you're playing and playing and playing, your controller dies. You gotta plug it in. You gotta play with a plug-in. But if with a 360 controller, I can play controller dies, take out this battery pack, put a new battery pack, and keep playing without a charger. And then when I'm done playing, I can plug it in, and it charges while I turn off my Xbox. I like that a lot better than having an integrated battery system. So Microsoft, thank you. I like this. This is something I like. Other people complain. I won't. I like when you guys put batteries. Sure, it makes me spend money, but I'm willing to spend money. I'm willing to spend a little bit of money than to have flaws and delays when I'm gaming. The two games I got were Dead Rising 3 and Battlefield 4, which I will do reviews on in a later time. The two games are great. Xbox One games now are all green and everything. They're smaller than 360 boxes. The discs are really, really, really nice. There is nowhere, there's no nothing. I don't see any kind of specs, and I can wipe my finger on it, and I'm wiping my fingers. Nothing. There is nothing on that disc. And like wipe, nothing. No smudges, nothing. It's a great. These games are great. The outside of them have this weird, not rubber text. It feels like rubber, but it's like a plasticky, some kind of texture, and it's kind of weird. But other than this, I love my Xbox One. It's great, but here are the cons. Kinect is fun to use, but I have troubles with it. I don't have a stutter too much. Only when I'm like really think too hard, I'll be like whatever. But if I say Xbox turn on, it turns on usually. But Xbox, go to Battlefield 4. Like I like to call it Battlefield. I don't call it Battlefield 4. I abbreviate it. Why do you think we call it Xbox, not Xbox One? So when I want to play Battlefield 4, I have to say Xbox Battlefield 4. Or I have to say Xbox Forza Motorsport 5. I can't say Forza. I can't say Forza 5. I have to say the full name, and that aggravates me. If they're going to abbreviate their own name, why can't they abbreviate names of games? That's one thing that annoys me. Another thing is that I received my Kinect and it worked for a while, and just 2 weeks ago I turned on my Xbox and everything, and it said the Kinect is unplugged. And I said, okay. I checked, and it was plugged in. I was like, that's kind of odd. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, turned off. And I tried that. That didn't work. I turned off my Xbox, turned it back on. That didn't work. I unplugged it, turned off my Xbox, plugged it back in while the Xbox was off, and then turned it back on. It still didn't work. And I called Xbox customer support, and they evaluated with some other tests that we did and some other things that my Kinect broke overnight for no reason. So, thankfully, I'm sending mine in, and they're going to send me a free one. No charge whatsoever. The shipping's free. The Kinect is free. Everything is free. But still, that they say that the Kinect is a great integration in the Xbox system, and that it's highly recommended and needed and such like that. But it broke on me. What the fuck, Microsoft? So there's that. I do have connection issues sometimes. I'll go into Battlefield 4 and they say the servers are down, and then I'll have to turn off my Xbox and turn it back on, and then they work again. Because suddenly when my Xbox is being weird, all the EA servers are down. So yeah, that just happens. It's just little things they need to patch up, and I can't complain too much. It hasn't even been 4 months since it's been out. So I can't complain a lot. Wait, November, December, January. Yeah, it's 3 months now. It hasn't even been 4 months. So I'm not gonna complain whatsoever too much. I will complain sometimes, but I'm fine with what I have. I really appreciated my mom and stepdad getting this for me. I really appreciated them getting that TV for me and for my games. But thank you very much for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and look forward to more videos on Battlefield 4 and Dead Rising 3 reviews. Thank you. Have a good night. Peace.